Hello, World Doll Day participants. It's Anne Coleman again. I'm happy to be back with a family favorite doll. And I say a family favorite doll because she's been part of my life, but more importantly, she was part of my sister's life. And this doll was a childhood plaything of my sister's. We acquired Smelly Feet in the Paris flea market in the spring of 1955, when Jane, my sister Evelyn Jane Coleman, was 9 years of age. Smelly Feet, as he was called, because of his rather distinctive and perhaps not so attractive lower appendages, went everywhere with her. She would take him to the grocery store. He would sit in the baby child seat and draw more attention than most of the items in the grocery store. She took him to bed. He has a carved wooden head which has a layer of gesso. We believe that the doll originally was a marionette, and I say doll because that's how she treated him. He never had strings while he was in our possession. But he does have some piercing of one of his hands. The other hand, we feel, is a replacement. And these legs would have flopped about. We believe from both his head, having a beard, that he's second half of the 19th century continental, and obviously was more for adult play than childhood play. But we have a photograph of Jane taken outside this house where we're photographing now. Since he came to this house in the fall of 1955, Smelly Feet has traveled around this country a bit as we traveled for summer vacations, because he went everywhere with Jane. But we think that, or the family always thought that this doll was very characteristic of Jane, who wanted everything to be 100 years old. She wasn't interested as a child in anything unless it was over 100 years old. And Smelly Feet met the criteria. Because we were in France buying him at the Paris flea market, my mother did not have a chance to do some discussing of the price with the vendor, and so the vendor very kindly threw in a couple of extra doll-related items when we made the purchase. Those items, a wicker three-piece tonnet outdoor settee, chair and table set, and a little old Paris tea set, much smaller than Smelly Feet. He sits in a chair that my grandmother did the needlepoint for, and this was a childhood chair that Jane and I each had one of. So that's a little bit of a Coleman family doll that has its ancestry in Europe. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the programming.
Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button.